Hey guys, hey, I got in some new blanks, and these are in a style of the Rapala DT6. So it's about a 5-6 foot deep running crankbait. Got the rounded bill, rather flat compared to the S cranks and stuff I've been using. Now, you know what it's like when you go to the store, you buy new lures, you can't wait to get them out and go fish with them. Well, it's the same thing when you buy blanks. Problem is you got to paint them first, then you can take them fishing. So I want to paint one up real quick. I'm going to do it in the bluegill pattern. I want to get it out in the lake. I'm going to see if I can catch some fish. So let's get the workbench, get started. Okay, here we go with our DT6 style. As I said, bluegill. I'm not going to get into masking tape, or I'm not going to get into any wraps or anything like that. I want just a basic, simple, plain bluegill style here to go out and fish with. Going to start out Createx opaque white and get our base coat down so then we can start with our colors. Alright, there we go. Got it all white. Let me clean up, we'll move on. Now, even though we're not going to get into any wraps or get into any of the tape or stencils or anything like that, we're still going to be using the same basic colors. So, start out in the belly, transparent, bright yellow for the belly. As always, we'll just go up a ways on the side, about to that lateral line marking. I do notice this blank's got a fin on the side. You know what, we might end up painting that a different color later, just do something different. Alright, there we go. Got that part up. It's good enough. Let me clean that out quick. And we'll switch over to a little bit of orange. Just need a dab of that on there. Createx again, transparent bright orange. A couple drops. We'll go back about to the hook set. Don't need to go very far back on the orange. That's all I want. Alright, now let me clean this out. And then we got to move on to some different style of paint. Alright, we're now going to move over to the Walmart style paint, apple barrel brand from Walmart, 50 cents a bottle. This one's called palm leaf. And I like the Walmart colors. Sometimes this paint doesn't shoot as well because it's not really designed for paint guns. But I do like the colors you get from them. So try a little palm leaf here. I really especially care where we're going to blend in to the yellow more than anything else. We're going to go some darker colors near the top, but I just want to use this light color to blend in with that yellow, and I like that right there. I got a little spot, there's not much there, that's okay, we're going to put something else there. Ready to move on to the next color. Sticking with the apple barrel from Walmart. English Ivy Green, basically a darker green. I just use the same container, same stir and everything, doesn't really make much. Again, very thick. I thin mine down with water, but there are plenty of commercial thinners you can buy that probably it does the job a little better. Alright, now let's work. We're now going to blend the darker to the lighter green. We're not going to go very far down because we want that light green to show up. But we just want an area, we want to go from yellow to light green to dark green. That's what I'm shooting for there with those three colors. Alright? And that's all I'm doing with that right there. That's enough right there. Alright, now, let me clean up. Got a couple more things to do. Now I'm looking for something to give me a little shine, a little sparkle, liven it up just a little bit instead of the green. So we're going back to Createx Pearlized Copper. We're just going to run some copper across the side. We don't want to get carried away with this. All we're looking, it's almost like a highlight. I'm letting it stay. It's pretty thick, so it's not really coming out real fast. And I'm letting it stay that way, just so I don't get too much out there at one time. Alright, I got some of the copper. Got a little sheen to that. I don't know how well that's going to show up for you guys, but I can see it pretty well here. Now, I'm going to clean up, get that out, move on to the next one. Next, we're going to move on. Createx Pearlized Magenta. This one tends to come out a little better than the copper does, so we're going to be a little careful here. You can really overpower yourself with this one. So you got to be a little careful. You can get carried away on the magenta. Alright, that's all I want. That's got me a little bit in there. That's good. Alright. Now, hang on just a second. Let me clean up. We're going one more step. Alright, last step. I want to darken that back up just a little, right down the back. So I'm going to go with the Createx Opaque Black. And we're going to go right down the middle of the back. One narrow stripe, and I'm not getting very wide. You can see that was stayed pretty narrow. I want to hit a little more here though. Stayed in pretty close. That way I got a good narrow. I don't want to lose my green. I'm going to go just... Nope, I changed my mind. I was about to do something I'm not going to. But we're going to go ahead and paint a couple other things on here yet. But we're going to do that with a brush. So hang on. Alright, I got my container left. Had that English Ivy green left in it. So I'm just going to take a brush here. And I'm just going to take this fin. Being left-handed, trying to do this so you can see it. I'm just going to lightly, and I've got it nice and thin, thinned down pretty good so where it kind of shows through some light markings underneath it. Didn't stay too thick that way. So you might have to thin that down pretty good. Alright, there's the fin. Now real quick, and we'll just take it, put a drop in the cup. A couple drops of black in the cup. And let's come back here on this gill. Let's just mark that black, huh? There we go, that's good enough. Alright. Hey, that'll look pretty good. That'll catch a fish, huh? Alright, let me get some eyes. We'll get a top coat. I'll show you what I got, and I'm headed to the lake, and I'm going to catch some fish with this thing. Well, there we go, guys. But did it catch a fish? Yeah, it caught more than one the first time out. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.